Yo, what's going on everybody? My name is TM and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are going to be going over what I learned from the BenjyFishy Cup with a brand new Fortnite competitive scoring format. And needless to say, I really enjoy this scoring format. I've said before that I really enjoy formats where placement is heavily rewarded, and this is definitely one of those formats. Before we get into it though guys, if we get 1,000 likes on this video, I'll make sure to post a video tomorrow as well. And if you guys want to support me tremendously, you can use code TM in the bottom right corner of the Fortnite item shop. With that being said everyone, and enjoy the video. This is definitely a good one. Going into the first game of any cup, you want to ask yourself, do I want to go for eliminations or do I want to play it safe and get to the end game? And throughout this cup, my mentality was that I was going to play as consistently as possible. And truthfully, I don't think I've ever played as well as I did in this video. I played insanely great, but obviously made a few mistakes. During these few fights right here, I tried predicting my opponent as much as possible, and I tried keeping an eye on his every move. This is one of the best ways to be good at fighting, just looking at what your opponent is doing and try predicting what he's going to do and then play off of that.
Jeg vant akkurat en fight på 1 oppe.
Getting into the first very endgame, I make a fatal mistake. And that mistake, ladies and gentlemen, is being too greedy. I see this from every single decent but not great player. They're being too greedy and they don't know when to start moving and start going for kills. That is definitely something I have to work on. I tag this guy and I crack him, and fair enough, I go for the elimination, but get punished for it. In the second game, I made a super bad mistake of having a bad drop. This truly shows how much a good drop can actually affect your game and how you place. This first fight will show you or give you a good understanding of what I mean by trying to predict your opponent. When you try to predict your opponent, you try to make him make the moves in the fight and then play off of that. It is a difficult game style to adapt to, but definitely good, especially if you are on that higher ping side of competitive Fortnite.
Oh my god.
In this very cup, I was incredibly good at predicting and seeing what my opponents were doing. I heard this guy was popping shields and I was like, yo, let me grab your stuff and just quickly eliminate you. And that is exactly what I did. In this cup, for some reason, my focus was just there. I was able to use the audio, I was able to use what I saw to my advantage, and then I could make like a decision that, yo, I want to go for this guy because I know 100% that I'm gonna be able to eliminate him. Unfortunately, that's not always how it is for me, but this day it was super great. And the two things I had done the 2 days before was literally taking a jog. I'm not even capping, it's that easy. And I do believe that that plays a massive factor in why I was so focused during this cup. I unfortunately let high ground up for this guy and he managed to eliminate me. What I should have done was went into the zone and then back again when I saw the RPG coming. Knowing when and how to go for eliminations is what separates good from bad players, and I am definitely getting better at it. However, in this endgame, even though I kind of popped off, I got a little bit too greedy and I ultimately ended up getting eliminated because of that. When you have as many mats as I have at this point, there's really no need to look for an impact. What I believe is better to do is just get into zone and then look back and see if you can get eliminations. This is both safer and in the long run will secure you more points because you get more placement and you're also going to get those sweet eliminations. One really good thing about this endgame was how I was able to use my audio to localize my opponents. One bad thing about this endgame was that I tunnel visioned way too hard on these players. I got eliminated because I didn't use my audio perfectly and I didn't hear the player behind me. In game number 5, I got sent back to the Stone Age because of my terrible awareness. This is something I will definitely have to improve in the future. As said earlier, I was very focused and my aim and pretty much everything was on point this very day. And what I understood about Fortnite this day was that Fortnite is not actually a game about building. You don't have to build a lot to be a good player. If you can predict your opponents and play off having good aim, you will pretty much end up winning every single fight. One player that I look up to and respect a lot is Toph. You guys might not have heard of Toph because he's an NA West player, but the reason I respect him so much is because of his endgame pathing. He has the smoothest and best endgame pathing I have ever seen. I 100% need to improve on my endgame pathing, and the way I'm gonna do so is play a lot of customs, hopefully trios customs, because trios are out now. Let's go, I'm gonna make a video about that very soon. But yeah, I'm definitely just gonna play a lot of customs, maybe watch a bit of Toph, and hope to become better. In this endgame, I have pretty bad planning, and because of my bad tarping, once again, I get punished for that. And since I'm planning really bad, I end up having 0 mats, and I have to go for a monkey play and get eliminated because of that. Game 7 was really bad because I got in a fight against this guy, and I just missed all of my shots. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. I also lagged into his box. That's really nice, but yeah. This was the last game, and I queued 5 minutes prior to the event ending, so I knew that everyone in this game wanted to do as well as possible. They wanted to play for endgame, and I thought, yo, I'm not scared, you know, I can W key. That's kind of what I did. I didn't W key too hard because I got 2 launch pads, and W keying with 2 launch pads is just playing out stupid. When I got those 2 pads, I played for endgame, and this is how that went. What I've understood in this cup is that height does not really matter in solos, especially if you don't know what you're doing. Like me in this endgame, I had not practiced height at all until I went to do this cup, and I was just like, yo, I gotta get height, you know? I see all of these really good players going for height, and I just thought, yo, I can probably take height really easily, but another thing is holding height. So what I want to do before next cup is VOD review a lot of pros how they hold height in solos, because especially if you go on height early in solos, it's very hard to hold it the entirety of the endgame. You gotta be very good, you gotta get refreshes, and when you are contested, it is important that you manage to eliminate your opponents, at least scare them off. That is something I did a really terrible job at in this endgame, and that is why I ended up getting down to the low ground. Alrighty boys, that is about it for this video. What I definitely have to improve on until the next World Cup is holding height, going on dead zone rotates in moving zones, and getting better pathing. And also, if possible, improve my awareness. With all of that being said, guys, I just want to thank you all so much for all the continued support. Like, honestly, you guys mean the world to me, and I'm not capping when I'm saying it like so many YouTubers say it, but I actually mean it. Thank you so much, boys, for everything. And with all of that being said, 1,000 likes and I'll upload tomorrow as well. And I'll see you then, guys. Good.